Just that, just explanation. And then I have also loved you. Is it a command there? No. Abide in my love. So that is, I don't know if the translation is it UNIV also or NASB.
NKJV.
I think other translation translate the Greek word the same, like menate is
Okay.
remain in my love. Have you heard that translation? Remain in my love. But the NASB, the most literal translation say abide, same. And then the Greek word there is the same word. That means, and then in the same aorist tense, in the same command mood, it means make it a top priority.
Mm.
And then if you read the rest, that's just his explanation why you need to love God as a top priority, why you need to abide in his love, something like that. So my point is this. I think we, IGSL students, right, our team, we want to bear fruit, right? We want to make disciples. That is why we are here. And I think you guys also, you have prayed that God, please use me to introduce some people to Christ. I want to bear fruit for you. So if you read the whole chapter, it's talking about fruit, something like that. And sometimes we feel shy also when we don't have fruits.
Mm.
And we can compare ourselves, right, with other group or other people. How come they have more disciples? How come I have one or none? And maybe some have something else that looks like their Christian life is really, something like compared to us, we feel like, God, are you bearing fruit through me? Are you bearing your fruit in me? Something like that. But I think here the command is not to bear fruit per se.
Mm.
The command is to abide in Jesus as our top priority. The command is to abide in his love as a top priority in life. The command itself is not to bear fruit actually. And for me, I used to bear fruits, but actually out of a wrong motive I shared last time before. We can do a lot of disciple makings, but without abiding in Jesus. We can do it if we are smart enough. We can have resource. We can use attractions. We can use means. A lot of things. And CCC, we have a lot of activities that exciting. For the youth. The students like to come. So they want to be attached with CCC. They might be, claim, yeah, I want to learn Agape Discovery Group with you, something like that. So for me, yeah, this is my disciples. But actually we do it without really understanding the command that God commands us to abide in him. God commands us to abide in his love as the top priority. So, why he wants us to abide in him? Let's look at verse 8. Verse 8. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. So this is more of a result, bearing fruit is more of God will honor your abiding in him, or God will, God will bless you when you abide in him with fruits. So you see, it's different. It's not the command to bear fruit, but the command to abide in him, and then by abiding in him, he will help us to bear fruit. And then another command is to abide in his love. So what is the result of abiding in God's love? So let's look at verse 11. These things I have spoken to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be made full. I think the real or ultimate result or ultimate blessing that we receive from God when we abide in his love is joy. And it is easy, to bear a lot of fruits in our own strength and have no joy. I don't know if you have experienced that. You have a lot of disciples, you should share a lot of, you read for spiritual laws. You maybe every Wednesday we come before, right? I think our team, we used to come, we go to the Parma Hall, we just approach any student, just read a lot of the four spiritual laws booklet. But we don't feel joyful in our heart. It seems like we're just doing what we are required to do, something like that. So, but actually, if we really abide in Jesus, if we really abide in his love, I think the thing that will come to our heart is the full joy that Jesus promised. So, my point in conclusion is that the command that Jesus wants the disciples to really make it a top priority in life is to abide in Him, is to abide in Jesus, is to abide in His love as the top priority in life. So I have a question for us to interact right now. In your own life walk, in your own walking experience with Jesus, what is one thing that you find the most hindrance or the most, I don't know how to use the word, the most frequent thing that keep you abiding in Jesus as your top priority in life? So what is it? In your own, I think it's here is we are open, right? We don't feel shy to share our own experience with Jesus. So you can share. What is one thing that frequently or most, I don't know how to word that's just that thing always prevent you or keep you from abiding in Jesus in His love as your top priority in life?